It's still better. I think so, in my opinion. Anyway.
Game of Thrones is not a better TV show than Breaking Bad.
It is. I'm sorry, but it is. And that is my opinion.
Well, your opinion's crazy.
It doesn't really matter, no, it doesn't really matter, no.
Yo!
What's good?
What up, what up, what up?
What's goody, what's goody, what's goody?
It's your boy Brandon.
It's Angel Alexander.
And we just want to wish everybody a happy New Year.
Yes.
We hope everybody had a great holiday season with family, friends, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever the case is. We hope you spent it with the people that you love.
Yes. And this is episode 1, where we're going to talk about music, albums, worst albums, TV shows, favorite actors, actresses.
Basically anything dealing with culture, we're going to talk about.
And we're going to agree to disagree.
Most of the time it's disagreeing because obviously we do not have the same mind frame when it comes to
It's true.
No,
it's true.
like...
No,
you'll see. You'll see. As we go into these different episodes and as time goes by, you'll see what we're talking about. So I think it's safe to say that 2017 was probably one of the greatest years when it came to entertainment. Period.
100%.
In a long time.
So good. Yes, so good.
Some of the best music came out this year.
Yes.
And a lot of great movies came out this year. And we're going to talk about the best and the worst of 2017. Because with a lot of good also comes a lot of bad.
There were some letdowns, which I hated. So let's start with talking about best album. So there's some albums that I really enjoyed that are not my best album. I can't put it because of just the units and stuff. But I really enjoyed the Brockhampton album, The Saturation 3. I love this album. It's so good. And then of course Laney's debut album. Shout out to y'all, Paul, Jake. You guys are awesome. But my top is SZA, Control. It has so much replay value. I can still play it today, and I'm not tired of any one song. Like Love Galore is probably played out, but I can still play it.
But even though it's played out, it's not played out.
It's not, and it's so enjoyable still.
Like when these songs, when these songs come on, it's just like it's immediate like vibe. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
So even though the album has a lot of singles and like it's basically killing the radio right now, it's still super relevant. Even though it's been so long, it's still just great music.
Is that one of your top albums?
That's actually one of my top albums. That's my top album of the year too. So obviously we're gonna start off with an agreement.
And then I gotta put Ed Sheeran's album. It was the fastest selling album by a male of all time. It had, I think, 9 singles in that album. I really enjoyed it. And then it came out of nowhere with Beyonce. Came and did Perfect. Yeah. That was amazing.
That was a great collab. That's probably one of my favorites.
So
top 3 favorite collabs of the year.
So those were my 2 best albums.
For me, I also put SZA, Control as probably, not even probably, the best album of 2017. But obviously I'm gonna have to put K-Dot in there. Damn was a great album. That's definitely cracking my top 5. True to Self.
It was good. It wasn't great. It was good.
See, with Damn,
it was so good. But it was so good. It wasn't just good. It was so good, but it wasn't great.
It was different. It was a different Kendrick than what we're used to.
It's more popular Kendrick. It was more like here's lots of singles.
Yeah, it was way more radio friendly than Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly. Even though To Pimp a Butterfly had a lot of singles on it that killed the radio.
Oh, for sure. But it wasn't like, I don't know. We
can agree on the part that Damn is not the album that Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly. We know the intro wasn't that. But nonetheless, it was still a very, very good album.
You're right.
Bryson Tiller True to Self was a very, very, very solid.
It was.
Solid album. A very good follow-up from his debut album, Trap Soul. I'm a huge Bryson Tiller fan as well. There's also Jay-Z's 444.
Yeah, great.
Which basically solidified that Jay-Z is still Jay-Z. And then Jid. Jid's a new artist. J. Cole signed him. And his debut album, The Never Story. If you don't know who this dude is, you need to go listen to him.
Yes.
He's solid. He's a lyricist. He's hip hop.
I had that. I don't cuss, but he's dope.
Yeah. Don't do that.
He's dope. Why?
Because
no.
Okay, never been shit, never had shit, never knew shit, never out, never do shit, damn, but a nigga never gave 2 shits. Never been a bitch, never had
the rollie on the wrist. Never had shit, I'ma take, never asking. Give me this, give me that shit, give me everything, nigga, give me everything, nigga. Again.
Anyways, for me, those are my best albums of 2017. But I also gotta throw in Khalid. I gotta throw in Khalid as well.
Khalid, American Dream.
I didn't have him in my top 5 only because when you think of Khalid, you think more of his singles more than his album. His singles were so solid. The remix that he did with Location, with Lil Wayne, it was great. And so when you think of Khalid, you think of his singles more than you think of his actual.
I thought the album was great. The album, the body of the album was amazing. Even on Spotify, you had more plays than SZA's Control. Spotify and iTunes.
But that's different.
Why do you think that is?
You gotta understand that Khalid caters to more of a younger crowd.
SZA does too.
No, if you looked in today's society, 13, 14-year-old girls, especially, they're not listening to SZA as much as they are listening to Khalid. Like when Khalid did that show at the pier in Santa Monica,
that was crazy. 30,000.
Most of those were young high school kids.
You're right.
That went out there.
I wouldn't know that because I don't hang out with 15-year-olds.
Khalid has the ability. He has the ability, and he probably is going to become, if he keeps going in this direction and with this momentum, becoming the next teen icon.
You don't think he's a teen icon right now?
He's getting there.
I think he is a teen icon right now.
I think you can't solidify that title until after you've done more than just one project. I think that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, I mean, with the next topic, we're gonna talk about underrated albums.
Boom.
So I'm gonna start with this one. I think Joey Badass's All American Badass is a very underrated album.
Yes.
And I think that's because honestly it's his fault. If we're gonna be honest, it's his fault.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because Devastated was his first single.
Okay.
His second single was a Schoolboy Q joint. And the space in between those two singles was almost a year. Devastated came out summer 2016, and the Schoolboy Q joint dropped like a week before his album dropped. And then he dropped a week before K-Dot's Damn came out. So once that happened, honestly, he got shot himself in the foot, but it was a solid album, and a lot of people don't give it credit, even though it deserves, to be acknowledged. And I also put Chris Brown's Heartbreak on the full moon. I think a lot of people wrote it off because it was a double album.
It was, yeah.
Because a lot of people don't do double
albums. And that's his fault. Why it didn't get to
I wouldn't say it's his fault.
It was. Like, honestly, bro, who else had put a double album out and was successful?
I don't know. I can't say that because
Tech Nine recently did it.
First of all, if we're talking about double albums and you bring up Tech Nine, you're automatically that comment is
no, because Tech Nine, dude, he did like I don't even know, like 64 songs, something like that.
Nobody wants to hear 64 songs of rap on one album. Can we just establish that right now? If you are a rapper and you are thinking of doing a double album, stop. Stop. Don't do that. Because nobody's going to listen to that. I can listen to 45 songs of singing. I can do that.
But if J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, if you guys want to do a double album, I'm so for that.
No!
Please.
No! I can't. Please. I don't think I know. As much as I love J. Cole and Kendrick, I don't think I can listen to a double album.
I definitely can.
It depends on how long each album.
Kendrick?
If it comes out to like 25, almost 30, that's pushing it. Okay,
so we agree with Joey Badass. I think he was so underrated. The album, I think it was so beautiful. Sci-Hi the Prince. So this dude, the No Dope on Sundays, I never liked this dude. His features were cool. But this dude's album, bro, the No Dope on Sundays, no, honestly I didn't for some reason. I didn't like his flow, the way, I'm sorry, Sci-Hi. This album was so, and I'm sure you guys haven't heard it, because I was late to it. I'm 100%, and you guys need to listen to it. It's really good. And Bryson Tiller was underrated. I've been like doing research to see who's the most popular album and stuff. No one talks about Bryson. No one. And then Rag and Bone Man, the Human, the album, which is, those are my picks.
I mean, with the whole Sci-Hi, I mean, better to be on now than never.
Yeah, no,
better late than never.
It was good.
But never late is better. Worst album.
Yes.
What I feel the worst album that I listened to this year was that piece of garbage Big Sean put out with Metro
Yes.
Boomin, Double or Nothing. That was,
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I feel like they were trying to recreate what Metro did with 21 Savage, because Without Warning was fire. That was a fire album. You serious? I'm not even, he doesn't like 21 Savage. He doesn't like 21 Savage. I like 21 Savage. I didn't at first, but after he dropped It's an Album, I was like, yo, I rock with 21. So for me, I think that was one of the worst albums.
Yes, album? Yeah, you're right. Worst album? Yeah, you're right. Oh, no, sorry, you're talking about the Big Sean. My bad, go ahead. I put that. Okay, for sure, I put that one. The Metro Boomin and Big Sean. Big Sean, bro. I hate when rappers do the corniest lines, bro. It's just so dumb, and I hate it, bro. I don't know if I want to say this one. Because you're so an icon, you're a legend. But Eminem, you let me down, bro. Cause I love you, but your album was trash.
Let me go on record and say that I told this man before the album even came out,
It's true.
that album was not gonna be good.
Yes, and he was so annoying because I even told him like, no, bro, it's gonna be dope. And he's like, bro, the album's not gonna be good. And I'm like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about.
What makes you think the album was gonna be dope? When's the last time that Eminem put out a fire album? When's the last time?
You didn't like it, but the Marshall Mathers LP2 was dope.
I never said I didn't like it. I wouldn't go down and say, oh, this album is, man, it's born, this joint's banging. Like, no. It was good.
It's good.
But it wasn't like,
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Eminem can't make an album. He hasn't been able to make an album in a long time. He is a lyricist. The whole Trump thing, I believe that was a marketing scheme. People was lit off of that and like, oh, Trump, man, yeah, he stood up, this, and that. And then all of a sudden, afterwards,
Yeah. There's an album.
everybody's talking about Eminem dropping an album. And I'm like,
hype.
Eminem. That's a weird coincidence. You know, what's hot right now?
I would think he would do that.
Talking about Trump.
I don't think so. I think
Trump.
Yeah, I really think he really hates Trump.
Trump.
Although Castle was a really good song. Castle and Ed Sheeran did this thing on River.
Yeah, those are two great songs. But the album as a whole was garbage.
Okay, so
Garbage.
I have one more. And I know you're not going to agree with this one, but it's kind of another letdown. Maybe not worst album, but it just let me down, so that's why my mind is like the worst album is Logic's. Yeah.
You
three
put
songs
Logic
from
in the same category as Big Sean's Double or Nothing?
No, the Double Nothing and then Big Sean, I mean Logic is like that. And then Eminem's like right here, because you really let me down.
Let's move on.
Surprise album.
This is probably one of my favorite categories.
Okay.
To me, this guy called IDK. This dude came out of nowhere. The name of his album is I Was Very Bad. If you don't know who this is another dude. You need to go check him out, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. All platforms he's there. This dude is fire. He has this very like,
He's 17?
like, I don't know how old the dude is.
I thought you said he was 17.
No, he has a song called 17 with 38. So I'm assuming he's a younger guy. Then pretty much I wanted to put this in best albums, but I didn't feel right about it. So I just put it in surprise albums, Jaden Smith's Sire.
Yes.
I've been a Jaden Smith fan for like 3-4 years now. I remember I used to show people Jaden SoundCloud and people would clown not only me but him and get on to me because I listened to him. They thought he was garbage. And then when he dropped this album, what he did first was he did his whole marketing thing on Instagram. And he dropped these 1-minute clips of these different songs. And he did his one for Icon. And I lost my everlasting shiitake everything. It was...
That's funny.
Icon is probably to me the greatest song of 2017.
It is.
The greatest song.
You're right. It is.
That album was unreal. The whole first track being BLUE, like
Blue.
that whole, those tracks right there were just
True.
masterpieces. Musical masterpieces.
No, yeah, he did his thing, but I would not say that his earlier music was good. I would not say that. I think he was learning how to become an artist. He was finding his sound. So I wouldn't say it was good, but I wouldn't say it was bad either. Like I remember listening to earlier Jaden, and he was like, okay, he's on to something, but he wasn't good.
Whoa, what you call an icon living? Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Whoa, nylon cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are too hot in the business.
Jaden got bars.
Now he does. He has bars now.
Never say never.
Now he's bigger than me, taller than me, and he's older than me and stronger than me, and his arms a little bit longer than me, but he ain't on a JB song with me.
Jaden had bars, cuz.
I don't think he wrote that. To be honest,
He loves to discredit.
Let's go in the back of the
He
album. No,
loves
Jaden, you're awesome, bro. Like for real, Jaden is an icon living. But I don't think you wrote that song. My surprise album. I did not put this on the best album, although it does deserve to be on the best album category. But I was so surprised with Jay-Z's 444 album. In the last 3 projects, I don't think they were good, except with the collab with Jay-Z.
They were good. They weren't to what they could have been, but they were good.
But that's why it surprised me. I mean, it deserves, because it deserves to be in the best album. But I was like, dude, this album is really good. It might win a Grammy this year, you know?
It's Jay-Z, bro.
And it was good, like straight hip hop. Oh man, it was good.
Jay-Z just had to show y'all what's up. That this man's still the man.
Yeah,
and he ain't going nowhere. And if y'all want to catch this heat, you want to get this smoke, you can get it any day of the week. It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a surprise to me. I expected that. That's what I expect when I hear Jay-Z out.
I did not expect hip hop.
So with all that being said, if we talked about all the amazing artists from this last year, we'd be singing for hours. Because you have people like LA, who's also phenomenal.
Good. So
Sabrina Claudio.
Yes, she's one of my favorites. She's so good.
She's amazing. You know, there's just so many. Her had an amazing year, and a lot of people don't pay attention to that as well.
Her was great. Daniel Caesar came out with his debut.
Yeah,
which I was waiting for, and finally did it.
My thing is with her, she opened up for Bryson Tiller, and then followed up that tour with her own tour and completely sold out that tour.
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of people don't understand of how crucial that is, and how hard it is to do something like that.
Like how Russ does it.
And her literally just dropped an EP, 6 tracks.
Yeah.
Came back with part 2, and then came back with the B-sides.
Yeah.
And it's just putting out new stuff back to back.
She just dropped the song, what, a day ago, 2 days ago?
I can't. It's amazing. And with Daniel Caesar. Daniel Caesar had great singles, and he followed up with a great project.
Yeah, he was an EP.
With one of my boys who introduced me to her because they worked with her, Snow Allegra.
Yeah. Yes.
Snow.
Yeah.
With my boy, shout out to my boy Marcus, shout out to my boy J Val, who produced and wrote "Fool for You" with Snow. That song's amazing. Yeah. That whole project is amazing.
Project was great.
There was a lot of great artists this year, so
Russ, we can talk about Russ. Russ was great.
If you don't, okay, this is my thing with Russ. If I never watched a Russ interview before I tried to listen to his music, I would have liked Russ.
It's true. Yeah.
His interviews make me not like him. I just think he's super like arrogant, and I think that.
And I'm glad I got to his music before any interview.
And he's really good. Fire, super talented. His album's amazing. There's Really a Wolf. It's amazing. If you haven't listened to him, just don't watch his interviews first. Just go listen to the music because the music's amazing. And so for us, I think that's a solid wrap on music of 2017. Now let's talk about TV and movies.
Oh, do some choices. I don't know my best movie yet. Emotionally for me, because it was like the last time we see this dude.
Emotionally,
it was Logan. I think Logan was a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
And it was sad to see him go. And the actor, Hugh Jackman did a great job. And the little girl, I don't know her name, but she did phenomenal. Like honestly, she did so good. So Logan, for sure, was huge for me.
Logan, that's a really good movie.
Right? And then The Big Sick. I love this movie. This movie was so freaking good. Especially being an immigrant and just following the story of this Indian dude and then this white girl who ended up getting married. And the writer for this movie is the girl. It's like it's real life, you know?
You're an immigrant?
Yeah. I'm a child of an immigrant. Yeah, so Logan, Big Sick, Baby Driver, Spider-Man, and Mother. Those were my favorite movies.
Mother, I agree with that one. Mother got a lot of crap and it got really bad reviews, but it was a very, very, very good movie. Well thought out, very strategic.
Yeah.
It caters a lot to the story of creation in the Bible. So if you're not a believer and if you don't believe in Christ, then obviously you're not gonna think this movie makes sense and you'll think it's stupid.
Actually,
but the whole thing was a parallel.
lots of Christians hated this movie.
Christians hate everything.
But they hated this movie. That's why I love this movie. Because it was either you hated the movie or you loved it. And it's not for everybody.
Well, for me, best movie hands down, no other choice, Get Out.
Yes! I didn't put that.
Get Out
Dang it.
was the best movie of 2017.
It was.
Jordan
Dang
Peele.
it.
I remember seeing the preview for Get Out in 2016 in the theater. And I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought it was going to be stupid. I was like, this is corny. Jordan Peele's doing horror films, man. He needs to comedy, blah, 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 blah. But he definitely shut me up. Get Out was a phenomenal movie.
I took my mom to go see that. I took my sister to go see it. And I don't rewatch movies. That's that. I don't like rewatching things. But Get Out, I rewatched it like 5 times.
In the Academy, all of you are idiots because that movie is not a comedy.
No.
I have no idea why they put that in a comedy. But
yes, so
for me, that's the best movie of 2017.
Sure.
What is the worst movie?
For me, because there was so much hype behind it, and I wanted to see it so bad. When I finally saw it, I'm like, this is trash, and that was Death Note on Netflix.
Because it's based off the anime. The anime is really good.
I've heard it's really good, yeah, but I haven't seen it.
I'm not a big anime person at all, but Dragon Ball Z and Death Note, those are like really good. Really good animes.
Naruto. How do you say that? Naruto?
Naruto. I've never been a Naruto fan. My cousin was.
That anime.
I never got into it, but for me, obviously you have terrible movies like the Emoji Movie, horror films. You had The Bye Bye Man and Annabelle Creation. These movies were not good. But for me, just because of how high profile this movie was, and how much of a letdown it was, and I knew it was going to be a letdown, just like I knew the Eminem album was going to be a letdown. I still believed in it, and obviously I was proven right that this movie does not deserve my time, and it's Justice League. DC, the only thing DC has going for them is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was, Wonder Woman was fire.
So good. Yeah.
Amazing.
Gal Gadot. Animation.
Gal Gadot was a perfect person.
Too. Yeah.
She was a perfect person to play Wonder Woman.
She was.
But other than that, DC can't get it right. The greatest thing DC has ever done, and I wouldn't even say DC, the biggest thing attached to DC is the Dark Knight trilogy. Favorite actor and actresses. Now this one's fun, because my favorite actor is Joseph Sikora, which was part of my favorite TV show.
Who's that?
He played Tommy on Power.
Oh.
If you watch Power, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tommy is probably one of the most insane, most captivating characters on television. And my favorite actresses is Rosario Dawson and Charlize Theron, because they took a little break from film. They weren't doing movies a lot, and they made huge comebacks in 2017. And with Rosario Dawson playing in all the Marvel Netflix movies and Netflix shows, and with Charlize Theron with Atomic Blonde, and then coming back with the Fast and Furious 8, she played a great villain on that. They just had a really good year, very good comeback year.
And then here's another actor is the dude from Get Out, Daniel. How do you say Kaluuya? Kaluuya?
Yeah, he's amazing.
What do you think about what's his face saying that he should have played the black character because he's British?
Samuel L. Jackson.
British.
Samuel L. Jackson, you shut up.
This one too. I don't know your last name, but Catherine from 13 Reasons Why.
Catherine Langford.
Oh my Jesus, Lord and Savior.
13 Reasons Why got.
Why Jesus?
That show got a lot of crap as well, and I don't.
One of my favorite actors.
And me personally, I don't know why, because I believe in raw storytelling.
Okay.
The fact that people were blaming that show for why people were committing suicide, I think was unfair. That made people uncomfortable.
Yes.
Made
I
people
loved it.
hella uncomfortable.
I loved it. It was the best.
And y'all
Yeah.
succeeded in it, and that's why I feel like 13
Yeah.
Reasons Why should not get the flack that it does. It needs to be praised more because they told a story that a lot of people don't want to talk about, or when they do talk about it, it's dumbed down.
True. And that's why it fits on my favorite TV shows, which is our next category.
Yes.
I put 13 Reasons Why for that reason. When I finished watching it, it made me like, I need to love people even more, you know, and reach out and make sure everyone's good. Because I don't want anyone to go through this and me not doing anything about it. So I don't know, it made me like, dude, I really need to make sure that they know they're being seen. Like, I'm hearing you, you're being loved. So I love you, you know? It's true, I love you. And then the next show is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is one of my favorite TV shows.
Oh, listen.
What?
Everybody in this freaking show.
Game of Thrones is so good. It's so good.
The reason why I'm so bitter about this is because he made the outlandish statement a few months ago that Game of Thrones
Is the best
TV
show.
show of all. It was the greatest TV show
It is.
of all time over
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
It is.
Which is not true.
And he can't say this because he's only seen one season.
2 seasons.
Two seasons?
I've seen 2 seasons.
Well, I thought it was only one season, but still. Breaking Bad is a so close second. I'm not saying like it's so much better.
Game of Thrones would
It's
be
like this. It's like this is Game of Thrones. This is Breaking Bad. It's like this. It's like barely, but Game of Thrones is still better. Than
I have no
Breaking Bad.
idea what I'm gonna do with this guy.
It's still better. I think so, in my opinion. Anyway.
Game of Thrones is not a better TV show
Yes.
than Breaking Bad.
It is. I'm sorry, but it is. And that is my opinion.
Well, your opinion's crazy.
I think some people might agree with me. I think so. We'll just agree to disagree.
And if you agree with that, you're crazy.
You're awesome.
You're
And it's
crazy.
okay. Don't let this dude. It's alright. I got you.
This
I
dude
got
says
you.
you're
I got
crazy.
You. No, it's okay. Game of Thrones is
Look.
the greatest TV show ever. It's fine.
You were smoking crack.
Actually, I'm not. No.
You're smoking crack if you think that Game of Thrones is the greatest TV show of all time.
No.
Obviously, I love Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
I love Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, Basically Anything, Shonda Rhimes. I just recently got on Designated Survivor. I think that's a solid show as well.
No.
Stranger Things, 13 Reasons Why. There's a lot of great TV shows, but for me,
So
my
many.
favorite TV show of 2017 that gave me the most anxiety from watching was Power. And just to spice it up and make the conversation a little more interesting, we're going to talk about favorite TV show moments.
My favorite TV moment was the suicide scene at 13 Reasons Why.
That was hard.
It was really hard to watch. Like, I've never in television have I had to like look away with one eye and kind of look at the same time. It was really hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me feel things I'd never felt before. It was just so many emotions. Like, dude, like this is weird. But
Like, I could feel it. Like,
Yeah.
as she cut
Yeah.
her wrist, like,
Goosebumps.
I can just,
I had goosebumps.
made me very uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That's good film, that's good TV,
Yeah.
and,
It was good. Yeah, good TV this year.
you know?
Shows were awesome. Yeah.
So, cheers to 2017.
2017. But Ozark was also good. There's so many shows that we didn't mention there.
Yeah, there's amazing shows out there. So, like,
Narcos.
Narcos is already fine. If you haven't gotten on Narcos by now, you pretty much suck it.
So many good
So,
shows. Yeah.
Basically,
Freaking Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is probably the dumbest show I've ever seen.
It's the
in my
best
entire
show
life.
ever. I love Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is trash.
You want to know what's trash? Big Mouth. But we're not going to talk about it because
Big Mouth is not trash.
there's some people
Big
here-
Mouth is hilarious.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Beat
Just don't watch it, guys. This is a Christian. It's a Christian side of me coming out.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
watch it.
Watch Big Mouth. Just
No.
check it out. Watch it.
Mom, no, I didn't want to.
Anyways, look, that's it. That's
Yes.
all we got for this episode
Yes.
of Agree to Disagree. 2017, you've been great,
We've been amazing.
but
It's
2018.
gonna be even better. Best year
Better.
yet. Hashtag best year yet.
So make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure you follow us, and we'll check you out in the next episode.
Boom.
Holla.
Bang bang.